Hello everyone, my name is Sam. I lead up business development at Pulsa, and I'd like to show you how to share sensors with your end customers. For this example, I'm going to be showing it on the web, but it'll be very similar on your mobile app, and I'll just describe the differences wherever they're applicable. For the first step, when you log in, you'll see your sensors in your inventory. You will move to the Companies tab. It's on the left here in the web, and in the mobile app, you click on the bottom right corner, and it'll bring up the Companies page. It's slightly different if you only belong to one organization. It'll say members. That just means that you only belong to one organization. The page is exactly the same, or the flow is exactly the same. In this case, I belong to a couple organizations, so you see the different organizations I belong to listed here. But if you belong to only one organization, you'll see something like this with each of the members of the organization and their associated email addresses and roles. From there, you would click on the top right and to create a new company. And the important part about this step is that you don't want to add your customer to your own organization, because then they would see all the sensors that you have in your own inventory. So we would just call this my customer organization. And that would create a new organization that you would belong to and you would be the only member of. From there, you want to add your customer to that organization. So you would click on plus member. From there, you have two fields to fill out. One will be the role, and from there you choose admin, editor, or viewer. As an admin, this particular user would have privileges to see and modify all sensor attributes that are shared with that organization. They would be able to modify attributes of the organization, including adding people to the organization and so forth. An editor can't modify any attributes of the organization, but they can modify any traits of the sensors shared with that organization. And a viewer can only view sensors. They can't set alerts, change the name of the sensor, anything like that. So for purposes of this exercise, we'll call it an admin, and we'll just call it mycustomer@mycustomer.com will be the email address. So we'll invite this new user to that account, to this organization. And this customer now at their email address will receive an email from Pulsa giving them instructions of how to create a new organization. There'll be a link to click on. If they have the mobile app, it will go through the flow in the mobile app. If they are doing it on the web, it'll go through the entire web interface. And if they're going through on mobile, they don't have the mobile app interface, it'll just go through it on their mobile web browser. So at this point now, we need to share the sensor with this organization. So we will go back to the sensors page. It's on the left. It's going to be on the bottom left corner as well in your mobile app. And you're going to migrate to the sensor that you want to share with your customer. So you go to the sensor. I've just picked this particular sensor, our differential test sensor. You will see if you have a headspace sensor associated, both those sensors would become shared with your end customer as well. And then we can go here and click on share this sensor. And you would type in my customer's organization, the organization that we created for that customer. And in this case, we also have different viewing rights for the particular customer. So for this particular sensor, there's two options. One, if we want to let that organization modify this sensor, we'd make them an editor. And if we want them only to be able to view this sensor, we'd make them an editor. It's slightly different from the organization preferences, where that's an organizational-wide user privilege. And this case is just a sensor privilege that's given to that organization. So in this case, we'll create them as an editor. We will share it with that organization. You can see here everywhere else that your sensor has been shared with any other organizations. And at that point, the customer, when they create their Pulsa account, they will be able to log into their Pulsa account, see all the sensors that have been shared with them, make modifications because we have given them editor privileges, create alerts, and so forth. You yourself also can create alerts for that particular customer as well once they create their account.